Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, in case you missed last episode, I have painted the whole trailer and it looks phenomenal. Come with me. It looks like a completely different trailer. I absolutely love it. The next step I did was to put the tanks tentatively in. I say tentative because none of them are actually bolted in right now, but I wanted to see if the floor plan that I wanted could work with the way the tanks are situated, mainly the black one and the gray one. The white would be navigated and there's tons of piping for that. So I took measurements on that, and then I went through a ton of floor plan drawings. And when I mean a ton, I mean a ton. Let's see. There's this one. There's, focus. There's something like this. Something like that. Something like this. And every one that I thought I wanted, something was relatively wrong with it. And it could be something like I didn't like the way the kitchen worked, or I didn't like how I didn't have enough room in the bathroom, or I didn't have enough wardrobe space. And then I had to think about the braces and where everything was going to lie. And I finally decided on this floor plan. So my queen bed is actually turned sideways and not, I guess, parallel to the frame of the camper. And that was because I wanted as much space in the living area and kitchen area as I could. The difference between like this one compared to this one, I mean, this one is just crowded. Like, it's a bunch of stuff compacted together to try to fit, because the bedroom wasted so much space with walkways on either side and with it sticking out long ways. I also was deciding if I wanted to move my stairs or not. Currently, they are not on the wheel well. Ooh, you're not going to be able to see that. Well, I'll explain this, I guess. The orange box will be my wheel well, and my stairs are actually here. And I decided that I didn't want to move my stairs. I thought that would be too much work. I don't have a welder. I do know how to weld, but I would prefer not to. So I was trying to think of ways where I could keep my stairs the same, but not interfere with the rest of the floor plan, I guess. Because in the other floor plans, like this one, my stairs I actually moved. And I thought I wanted them right by the wheel well in order to gain as much space on the other side as I could. And then I just decided that I wanted to finish this project as fast as I could. So I'm not moving the stairs. And this is the floor plan I decided. With this floor plan, there's no bunk bed like the original had right there. Bunk beds. The other thing that I knew I wanted was plenty of space in the bathroom. The original floor plan with this camper was a very crowded bathroom. The bathtub was here, the sink was here, and the toilet was there, and then on the other side of that was the bunk beds. Here, So the original bathroom floor plan for this 1983 Fleetwood Taurus was the bathtub was here, the sink was there, and the toilet was there. And then on the other side, this was the bunks. So the bathroom was very crowded to this area. When you're sitting on the toilet, your knees could have practically touched the bathtub. And I did not want that. I wanted nice space and not feel crowded like a camper, I guess. So coming up with this floor plan actually took me weeks. And I went through a lot. I ended up making little cutouts of certain things that I knew I wanted for measurement and just try to move them around to see. I know some people do this with SketchUp, but I am not very tech savvy, and I like to see things on paper so that I can, I don't know, I just see it better, I guess. So the bed, like I said, is this way. There will be a wall right by the bed, which I know is not ideal, but my steps to get into the camper are here. So if I had any space at all, each of these squares is only 5 inches. So if I had any space at all, it would just be moved over 10 inches to the bed, or from the bed. And that's not enough for a walkway either to get around the bed. So the bed is going to be pushed all the way that way, all the way this way, and there will be a wall here. I wanted a wall because I like personal space and private. So there'll be a wall here and one of those foldable doors, I guess, here. And yes, the only way to enter the bed will technically be from the feet. But since I plan on being in this camper by myself and my 2 dogs, I don't have a problem with that. If I had a partner, or if I was living with a family, of course this floor plan would be very different. I might have kept the bunks or something, who knows. So I want my bedroom to be pretty private. And if I have a friend sleep over in the dinette, I want to be separate from them too, and give them their own privacy as well. So I didn't want this just to be open. The original plan for the Fleetwood was the queen bed was still this way, but it was moved over a bit, and it was sideways like this, and on top of it was a bunk, I believe. So it was very interesting, but there was no wall in between the queen, this bunk, and the rest of the camper, so there was no privacy. And then the bunk beds were here, and there was no privacy there either, and there was a weird door here. I went through and did a walkthrough in one of my very first videos, so if you're curious about the original layout of this camper, go ahead and check back with my first video, and I'm pretty sure I walked through it. If not, I guess I'll make another video. Second thing I wanted is my bathroom very spread out, and this was the best one I could think with the black water tank where it is. As you can see, there's a lot of space here, but right at there is where the floor will end, and then it'll extend out a little bit and then go up. But the toilet, I couldn't find a good spot to fit it in the middle, I guess. So I couldn't have it this way and face that way, which would have been ideal, I think, for me, because it wouldn't drop down to the black water. It has to be over there. So I think I'm going to have the toilet here, pushed back as far as I can. This will be a wall. This will be a wall, and then the door to the bathroom will be here. And the toilet will have plenty of space, I believe. The sink will be pushed all the way to the back of the camper. So if you can imagine it right there, the toilet will be there, going that way. Sink there, and then the bathtub will be all along here. Like so. Moving on, we've got the refrigerator, which was an absolute must for me. Stove, kitchen sink, and then this whole space. You know, I've seen some floor plans where they actually put a couch here, or they fit, you know, an entertainment area or something. I wanted pantry or storage because I do love cooking, and I think I will need a lot of storage. The wardrobe will be right here, which I think is very convenient because the bathroom is right here. So I'm planning on putting a mirror on the back of this door and above the sink, and so if I try on clothes or if I need to look at myself, the bathroom door right there with the mirror is right there, which is convenient. My other floor plan I had, let me find it real quick. This was another floor plan I made with the queen bed turned sideways and leaving my steps. I had the dinette pushed all the way towards the bathroom, so this would be the door to get into the bathroom. But then I had this weird, awkward area that I didn't know what to do with. In here, I don't know if you guys can read that. Let's see. It's a shoe closet and a pantry. But I realized that if I made this any deeper, you wouldn't be able to reach into it. So I couldn't make it as thick as the dinette. So it's a lot of wasted space almost right here. And because of this walkway flow, I had more room here, but also it's almost wasted space because I couldn't make it deep enough and I didn't know where exactly to access it. So, and then the wardrobe is also awkward because of this space. So I decided not to go with this floor plan, but instead I wanted the dinette pushed all the way up against the door. And of course there'll be overhead space here. Let's see, what else about this floor plan? I knew that I wanted the dinette to act as a lounge area also, so I could drop the table, put pillows on it, and kind of lounge up against the cushions. And I wanted the entertainment area to be in a direction where I could lounge fully, and that would be here. So I plan on hanging up a TV against this bedroom wall and lounging that way. This was, yeah, like I said, this took me weeks to try to figure out if I wanted to move the stairs. What about the black water tank? Would it fit with my gray water tank? And if you look at the gray water area lines, they'll all end up running together and will end perfectly where the gray water is situated. So I'm really happy with that, actually. And let's see, what else did I do? Decided what to do with my black water tank. Let me explain. So with my black water tank, and actually the rest of the tanks too, there's a lot of wiggle room that I can slide either that way or this way. And you can see that's a good, probably a foot actually. And I was trying to figure out with my floor plan if I could keep my input to the black water tank the same and just slide over my tank one way or the other. And that would not work with the floor plan that I wanted. Like I said, they had the toilet facing this way, the sink here, the bathtub here. On the other side it was bunk beds. And I wanted my bathroom to be way bigger than that. So no matter what I did, I could not figure out how to get the toilet to fit where the hole is right now in my black tank. So I'm going to drill a new hole and put my toilet, it's going to be right on the edge of this corner. You can see the toilet is in the middle of the black water tank. So pushing it from one side to the other didn't really do much because I wanted my toilet in the back of my bathroom to be on one side or the other and have the sink in the middle. And with this black water tank, in the hole, it would not work. So I've put my feelers out there and asked some people on YouTube on if they know of anyone who's ever cut this off, somehow sealed it, and drilled another hole somewhere else. I'm trying to do this build as cheap as possible, but as good quality as possible. So if that means not buying another black water tank and costing me $100, $200, $300, depending on which one I get, I'm absolutely going to do it. And this is not a screw one. It's definitely glued in there very well. And it's not a rubber gasket, it's plastic. So I think I'm going to have to cut it off, and I'm going to find a thin sheet of metal, I think, and silicone all around it and glue it down and cover that hole, and then re-drill my input hole over here so that my toilet will face this way, because the camper will go out actually all the way to here. So toilet there facing this way will give me plenty of room here, plenty of sink room here, and plenty of bathtub room here. Now you may be asking, why am I choosing a bathtub instead of a shower like most campers are now? And that is because I have 2 dogs who need baths pretty frequently because they love dirt like most dogs. And it's way easier to shower them, bathe them in a bath than a shower. I also think that the resale value of a bath would be higher if I ever plan on selling this, or I just think that the bathtub has more uses in a camper than a shower. So right now, I think I'm going to go ahead and use a Sawzall and cut off the top, because I know for a fact I am not going to use this input. So before people freak out, excuse me, there's either going to be two things that happen. Either this can work and I can chop it off, find some metal, silicone it, glue it so that it will not stink and it will not interfere with anything happening, and I can drill another hole here and make that my input. That's option number one. Or option number two, I just buy a new black water tank. So either way, either this is going to work or it doesn't work. I'm not really worried about messing it up per se, because it's going to work out.